All right, this is the video that we will discuss how to use the dialer. Once you log in and heard the recording, you are the only one in this conference. You're ready to go and start taking calls. As you can see, this is a Vichy dialer, and it's very user-friendly and it's built for speed. The way it works is pretty simple. It's making 30 calls every 4 seconds for every agent that is logged in. So if there's 10 agents logged in, it's making 300 calls every 4 seconds. If there's 100 agents on, it's making 3,000 calls every 4 seconds. So when a call gets answered by a customer, the dialer will route the call to the agent that has been waiting the longest. And the next call gets routed to the next agent, and so on and so forth. The average wait time between calls is typically 15 to 20 seconds. So it's extremely fast paced. On the top left corner, you can see the button "You are paused." It's colored in yellow, and that is the start and stop button. If you press it, it will turn green and read "You are active." So if we do that, you are active. If you press it again, you're on pause. If you're active, that means it's dialing on your behalf and you start taking calls. If you're paused, it will not be routing calls to you. Now, if you're on pause, it's going to create congestion in the system. And it prevents calls from connecting to other agents, creating longer wait times for these other agents that are logged in, which, as you can imagine, creates problems and creates a lot of complaining. So if you plan on taking a break or be away from your desk for more than a minute, please log out of the system completely. Do not stay on pause for more than a minute. All right, now that we got that out of the way, if you want to make a manual call, you look for this button right down here and you press it and you'll get this page. So let me just put this number here, and you can manually type this in or you can copy and paste it. So you're going to put the number here. No one is needed. So the one in front of it is here. So you don't need to put it here. Just put the area code and the phone number, no spaces, and then hit dial now. Now, whether you hang up on the customer or the customer hangs up on you, please press hang up customer. When you do, a disposition page will appear. Make sure you take the time to disposition the call correctly. It's very important. And the reason being is pretty simple. Because you're the one providing me with information. Every morning, I download the lead lists and I scrub and take out all of the calls that were disqualified for one reason or another. Maybe they weren't interested, maybe they already had solar, maybe they were a renter, they weren't the homeowner, low electric bills, whatever the reason. I take those leads out of the system, and whatever is remaining, we load back into the system. Right. So if you're not dispositioning the calls correctly, you're providing me with bad information. That means either I'm taking good leads out of the system or I'm putting bad leads back into the system. In either case, you cannot be the cause of the problem and then complain about the problem. Please do yourself, the other agents, and myself a favor and take the extra few seconds and choose the correct disposition. All right, so let's talk about the leads. These leads are what you call in the industry the golden leads. They are not raw data leads, meaning you're not dialing a phone book. All these leads were people who were interested in solar and had already set an appointment to meet with a solar company. The solar company that they were to meet is now out of business. That means either the company did not meet with them, or if they did, the company did not follow through in most cases. Keep in mind that some of the people that you're going to be talking to are going to be upset because the previous company put them through the ringer and made them jump through hoops. With these leads, if you follow the script and deliver it the way we teach it, for every 5 people you speak with, you should be setting at least 1 appointment. These leads are that good. As I said, these are the golden leads, and we'll discuss the script and the delivery of the script in the next video. All right, let's get back to the dialer. If you're looking for a number, let's say the call got disconnected, you can hit the view call log button. And what it's going to do is list all of the phone numbers that you dialed in the order in which you dialed them. All right. So if you identify the number and you want to call it back, just copy and paste it. Close the log, hit manual dial, and paste it in. Hit dial now. All right. It's really simple. All right. Let's say you set the appointment. You're going to fill out the web form. By hitting the web form button on the left-hand side here, it's going to populate this. And we'll talk about this in detail in the next video. But basically, all the information is going to populate. Whatever is incorrect, you're going to manually change it and fill out and populate the missing fields that are not there. And again, we'll talk about this at length in the next video. All the other buttons do not apply to you, and you will not be using them. All right, so the last thing I want to talk about is to show you our DID list that we are using. And as you can see, we have 966 different DIDs that are associated with each area code that we are dialing. So for each area code, let's say 985, you can see that we have 3 different DIDs associated with it. What a DID is the number that shows up on the customer's caller ID. So each time you call, it's going to use a different caller ID. So that solves 2 problems. Number 1, it prevents them from, it prevents the customers from screening your calls. So that's an advantage. The second thing is if a DID gets flagged for spam, one of two things is going to happen. Either the VoIP provider or the carriers are not going to connect that call, or if they do connect the call, it's going to show up on the caller ID as spam call or spam potential call. All right. As for the DIDs, I spent a lot of time managing these DIDs. I check them to see if they're getting flagged. If they get flagged, I take them out of the rotation and replace them with new DIDs. All right. So basically, that's the dialer. In a nutshell, it's pretty simple and straightforward. Please feel free to reach out and let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Maybe you even have violent reactions. Thank you so much. And the next video, we're going to be discussing the script, how to deliver it, and filling out the web form. Thank you, guys.